Hey guys, Kaylee here, and welcome back to the Honeystead. It is just a little too chilly to do some of the things that we need to do outside, so my mom and I figured this would be a good opportunity to mix up some tea blends, go ahead and make our salves. Put one of our salve making videos in the corner above so you guys can see how we make our salves with our beeswax, rendering it down, infusing some wonderful calendula and chamomile into some oil, and then we created a really lovely hand salve with it. Especially this time of year, our hands get super dry being outside. I also added a little bit of tea tree, peppermint, and just a little hint of chamomile and calendula essential oils into our salves to make it smell completely lovely. I've got 35 2-ounce tins that are setting up right now, and hopefully once they're good to go, we're gonna put it up on our Etsy shop. So if any of you guys are interested in purchasing some of your own salve from us, it's there, it's available. And it's another great way to use some of the byproducts from some of our bees, especially when it comes to honey harvesting and uncapping. That's what we do with it. That's essentially just turn it into salves and share it with you guys, and of course, our family and friends as well. Right now we're still doing a good bit of our mixing and blending and creating here inside our kitchen. But very soon, probably within the next month, I would imagine that our apothecary will be to a point where we can actually move all of our herbs up there. And I kind of showed you in a few of our older videos about what our herb situation kind of looks like and how we've been collecting herbs that speak to us, and we're learning them, and we're building a relationship with each herb and trying to figure out how and what it does best for. And right now we have a good bit in our hutch, some of the teas that we've already made and that we've really enjoyed. We had a lot of amazing feedback from the people who purchased, some of the viewers that came out to the Homesteaders of America conference and purchased some of the tea blends that we mixed up. We made up 3 different blends.
Yeah, that herbal quell.
The herbal quell was probably a huge hit, especially like if you're starting to feel like you're coming down with something. We did a lovely blend with just immune boosting and just take away the pain and just go to sleep. Go to sleep and relax. The morning one went really well.
That has really been, as far as taste goes, that has been one of my favorites. But I really have to pay attention to when I drink that.
Oh, I know. Because then you're like, I'm up, I'm going. So
what can I do now?
We are gonna go ahead and probably bring up the herbs and mix up a few blends. Okay. I've had a lot of people that have asked if we were gonna be able to get it up on our Etsy shop. And ship, so that's something that we are working on actually today. Today's the day, because it's just, what better of a day? Might as well get some stuff done in here. And
they said it's gonna snow a little bit.
Yeah, we are supposed to get a little bit of a snowstorm, which is, I'm okay with it. I'm ready for it. It's just
it's
fun.
That time of the year, and I'm kind of welcoming it, so we can have an excuse to stay home and go play in the
exactly. Get all the herbs labeled and jarred,
and washed and labeled, and shelves built. We still got.
It's a lot of work to do, but it's working. So a lot of the times we mix up all of our tea blends and we store them in jars, which this is a good example of kind of one that we're going to be mixing up today. This is our Mindful Morning tea blend that we mixed up, and then our other that we are completely out of, which is the Blissful Night. This tea has probably been our absolute favorite amongst all of it.
Yeah, hence the jar is empty.
Right. So we are due to mix up another batch, and then the other tea we've also found that's been really helpful, which I think I'm actually drinking a little bit of it right now. But it's our herbal quell tea. When you're mixing up your tea blends, you really want to do your research on what herbs you are adding into your tea blend, not only for taste. I mean, I think that's one thing that we've learned the most is you want to drink something that tastes good.
Right.
But really, it's the actions of the herbs. You want to make sure that you're picking the actions of each herb and make sure that it complements you. Like, so for instance, I'm not gonna make chamomile or skullcap for my morning tea blend because
we'll go right back to bed.
That's just gonna make us fall back to sleep. That is a very relaxing, chamomile is like relaxing, anti-inflammatory. It's a lovely herb, but it might not be good for your morning blend. And the same thing where
the skullcap is a nervine, and that is an absolute, that will relax the brain, relax the body.
You don't want that in your morning tea. You want that for your nighttime tea. We do try to pick the herbs to help complement each other herb and choose herbs according to their actions and what they're actually doing to your body so that you're not keeping yourself wired when you need to be sleeping or
putting yourself to sleep when you need to be getting up.
I mean, that doesn't help.
For the apothecary, we wanted to incorporate the regenerative garden. So that's part of the mindset of what we'd like to accomplish this next year is go ahead and get these things that do grow in our area growing.
Yes.
For our convenience, and then hopefully to continue, be able to source ourselves.
Right. And I am working with one of my favorite seed companies that I get a lot of our produce vegetables from is Haas Tools. And I've given Haas Tools a list of seeds that might be really good to bring in to their company to be a good supplier for people who want to grow their herbal apothecary garden and want to be able to plant plants other than vegetables and other than their typical vegetables. But not only are the herbs good for you and your garden, but they're also really good for the pollinators. So it's kind of like bring it all together. This is what we're doing. I'm excited to hear what's going on with them. So I'll keep you posted, and I'm sure they will as well.
There it is.
We have learned that it's very smart to go ahead and write down all of your formulas, but it's not just smart to write down all of your formulas and recipes, but it's even smarter if you remember where you put them. We're learning that. All right.
A lot of times too, the recipes change a little bit based on what we have available or what we didn't like about the tea. But the Blissful Night one, when we put this together, it was really a hit.
Linden. We're gonna start with linden.
I think I have it open.
All right. So linden is one of those lovely herbs that we have found. One, I grew up in Linden, and I'm very familiar with the linden tree. So linden is one of those herbs that has kind of multi-purpose, brings a little bit more than just helping you relax to the table.
Right.
It's also considered like a mild analgesic, so it helps with pain a little bit, and then also
it's an anti-inflammatory, so it also helps with inflammation and all the things to kind of help promote your body to feel better, to help induce sleep.
Yeah, so we like linden, and this we are using leaves and flower for this. It's very fluffy. It's a fluffy blend. So we'll start out with this. This is going to be kind of our main.
This is pretty much the main ingredient on it. I'm not getting anything in here. I'll let you do it.
Yeah. I got it. All right, so linden.
Real
See
fluffy.
what it looks like. It's fluffy, pretty, leaves, flowers.
It's got a little bit of to me, a little bit of a sweet flavor.
Yeah. You found linden and you were like, we should absolutely add it to our apothecary.
Yeah.
All right, so.
This is what linden looks like with the leaf and flower.
Okay, and skullcap. That is another really good sleep herb.
Yep,
Very good sleep herb.
Nervine, and just helps for some of us with the chatterbrain, the ones that you can't shut the brain off at night, or you lie in bed and you're thinking about all the things you should have done or gonna do tomorrow. This just helps the mind to quiet down all that chatter.
Yes. Chamomile. Chamomile's, again, it's another anti-inflammatory.
Tastes so good.
It really does. It tastes great just the way it is. You don't even have to really add anything to it. I know a lot of people who just like chamomile.
That's why we have just a jar of chamomile.
Yes. Lemon balm.
This is another relaxant. Just helps your body kind of calms down. It's got great flavor too, as it states, lemon balm.
Yeah, I do really like some lemon balm. I think it smells lovely.
So pretty.
And
we gotta put a little love to bring some sweet dreams in. So my herb that I love to include is rose. Rose petals, rose buds. And that's just don't go real heavy on that. I would like, yeah, not quite. That's perfect.
All right.
So this is what this blend looks like pre-blended.
You can see all the color.
Oh, and it's just
so beautiful in the jar. So now all we do is just mix it together. And really, the best way to do it is throw some gloves on.
Get in there.
And just crunch it up. We don't exactly mind how it looks. We want it to look like a tea blend. We don't want it to be all the same consistency in size. I mean, it's just beautiful the way it is.
So pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I think what I love the most about mixing up our own tea blends is we want to make pretty tea, you know? We want to make tea that looks pretty, tastes delicious, you know. I think later today, my mom and I are gonna go sneak up to the apothecary and mix up some of our blends that we have been coming up with, and we're gonna add to our Etsy shop. So if any of you guys are interested in enjoying some of the tea blends that we have made up, check out our Etsy shop. The link is in the description, and we'll be keeping you guys posted on some of the other fun blends that we're gonna be working on and coming up with, and I'm excited. You excited?
Oh, yes.
I think we're both excited. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We're also running out of one of our mindful morning blends.
Typical morning and night.
I know, exactly. So we're mixing that up right now. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Learn something old.
Bye.